This video is part of a course entitled The Successful Scholar, which can be found on udemy.com, teachable.com, or thinkific.com. There's a book available as a resource in both paperback and Kindle formats on Amazon. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll check out the full course. This is Multiple Intelligences by Howard Gardner. So it's important to know that this is really not a learning style theory. It's a cognitive model instead. So cognitive model is going to look more at how the brain operates and how you process information versus how you're going to take it in. This being said, it has been used as a very applicable way to look at things within classrooms. It could be a valuable tool also in the development of your personalized learning plan. So in 2006, Howard Gardner investigated the cognitive differences within intelligences which would make each individual unique. And he proposed that there was more than simply an intelligence, but rather a variety of intelligences. And 8 intelligences were identified, this being in his first work. First was verbal linguistic. You have logical mathematical, visual spatial, bodily kinesthetic, musical rhythmic, interpersonal and intrapersonal, as well as naturalistic. Based on Gardner's work of multiple intelligences, cognitive theorists investigated the probability that people had different ways of thinking and learning methods. Now, these varied approaches are called learning styles. Preferred learning styles are connected with the multiple intelligences, and they assist the individual in how they learn. They alter their experiences, they identify the method with which information is retrieved, and even change some chosen words. Now, they also change the way people initially represent the experience. Within multiple intelligences, learning styles are supported as an instructor is encouraged to approach teaching from a variety of means. So educators would use multiple methods of instructions to target the individual's multiple intelligence. That way they are catering their instruction to the individual. Now, Barron suggested that there are several methods to move teaching from a receptive motive to a participation. The linguistic or verbal learner is a learner who best focuses their learning through reading, writing, or even speaking. This learner is exceptionally adept at using language. They're capable of quickly memorizing dates, places, trivia, and this is all done through saying, hearing, and even seeing written words. Now let's contrast that with a logical mathematical learner who works best with numbers. This person has an increased challenge or enjoys the challenge of classifying, organizing, and working with relationships as well as abstract patterns. This type of learner really enjoys that problem solving. The other one we're going to look at on this slide is the spatial learner. A spatial learner is also a visual learner. They prefer problem solving, but instead of using logic like a mathematical learner does, they will use visualizing, mapping, pictures, any kind of graphics to aid with that visual aspect. The bodily learner, oh, I love this one. So this goes also along with musical learners, and they'll share some of the same qualities like movement and rhythm. They differ, however, in that those kinesthetic learners constantly move. You'll see them. They bounce, right? They tinker, they touch, they experiment within their space, and they will process information through those bodily sensations or through touch. Now we have interpersonal and intrapersonal learners. And these two people are very different, complete opposites of the spectrum. An interpersonal person is extroverted with many friends and people with which they communicate. They get their energy from being with other people. They get excited to be with other people. They will use others to help them sort through information, and they learn best in group settings where they can talk, they can share, they can compare, contrast. They describe themselves as pulling personal energy from their association with others. Now let's look at that compared to that intrapersonal learner. That intrapersonal learner is the direct opposition. They prefer to work individualized projects. They're self-paced, they're quieter, they derive their energy from being solitary, quiet, reflective, pondering, right? independent instructional methodologies. The last of the original 8 intelligence is the naturalistic learner. This learner relates to the awareness and the observation of the world around them, especially within nature. These learners would prefer to be outside. They orient themselves to the world surrounding them, and they are particularly proficient at classifying, ordering, and identifying artifacts within the natural world. There are many different learning methodologies attributed to each of the intelligences. So as you can see right here on this slide, if you were a linguistic person, you would love reading, writing, telling stories, right? If you are a bodily kinesthetic, you would need role-playing, drama, movement. So look this over and be sure to really investigate it. Be sure to discover your intelligence strengths and the associated learning styles as you begin to put together your personalized learning plan.